Hello students. So various methods of vibration analysis in undamped free vibration we will discuss first. Then these methods are employed to various vibratory body which executes undamped free vibration. So our study restricted to only single degree of freedom. So student, our study restricted to only single degree of freedom. So first method of vibration analysis for undamped free vibration is energy method. So simple spring and mass system I have considered. Let spring having stiffness K, mass has a displacement let x, spring mass system under longitudinal vibration I have considered. So what is the methodology of energy method? So according to energy method, total energy of a vibratory system is constant. So let TE is the total energy. So total energy is constant. Now student, total energy associated with this spring and mass system. So total energy will be Ke of system plus potential energy of system. So kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to constant. So generalized statement. So student, kinetic energy for this spring and mass system. So directly I will write down 1/2 m is the mass x dot square. So equivalence to 1/2 m square. Okay, 1/2 m x dot square, where x dot is the velocity of this mass. So potential energy for certain elevation, potential energy you are calculating mgh. Here potential energy is stored in a spring, that will be 1/2 kx square. So Ke 1/2 m x dot square plus 1 potential energy 1/2 kx square is equal to constant. So to get the equation of motion, so I will differentiate this equation. So student, do the differentiation. Okay, simple differentiation. Differentiate this energy equation with respect to time. So student, differentiation of first, that is kinetic energy, I will write down 1/2 m x dot square. Okay, so 1/2 constant, so square of x dot, so 2 into m x dot x double dot. So differentiation of first term, so d dt of total energy. So first term has a differentiation 1/2 2 into mx dot x double dot. So differentiation for second term, that is differentiation of potential energy, student, 1/2, so potential energy 1/2 kx square, so 1/2 2 into kx into x dot. So right hand terms constant, so differentiation of constant 0. So student, simplify this equation. Okay, 2 get cancelled. So again x dot get cancelled. So I'll get the relation like this: mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. So student, this is called as equation of motion. Or also it is called as system equation. So student, on this system equation you can calculate the natural frequency. So just this system equation I will modify or simplify. X double dot plus k by m, that is I will divide the right hand side and left hand side by m. Okay, k by m into x is equal to 0. So this term, it is experimentally investigated that it is omega n square. Okay, so if this term is omega n square, then omega n is equal to square root of k by m. So this is the natural frequency for simple spring and mass system in a longitudinal vibration. So just we will cross check. Okay, why I have taken, so why you are considering Wn is equal to square root of k by m. We'll validate. Okay, so student, validation. So in a longitudinal vibration, let motion is a simple harmonic motion, to and fro motion of mass or vibrating body. So displacement is equal to a sin omega t. So displacement equation for SHM, so you are already familiar. So just I will calculate x dot, x wa cos omega t, right? X double dot, that is acceleration, minus omega square a sin omega t. Now student, put the value of x and x dot in our equation of motion, that is mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. So this system equation we already derived by using energy method. So put the value of x double dot. So similarly put the value of x, value of x. So by substituting the value of x and x double dot in the equation of motion, so student, by simplifying the equation of motion by substituting the value of x and x double dot, we will get omega n So simplify the equation, student, you will get omega or omega n. So I will replace omega by omega n, square root of k by n. Do the simplification. This will be the final expression. So Wn frequency you are getting in radian per second. So, or we already know that Wn is equal to 2 pi f. Let f frequency in hertz. So it will be 1 by 2 pi into square root of k by m. So natural frequency in hertz, student, Fn. That n notation for natural frequency. It is the lowest frequency of a vibrating body. So our frequency in fundamental mode of vibration. So fundamental mode of frequency is nothing but the lowest natural frequency. So student, I think you understand how to calculate the natural frequency from equation of motion by using Rayleigh's method. So student, by using energy method. So Rayleigh's method, it is the extension of energy method. So student, this Rayleigh's method we are not using, okay, in our vibration analysis. So with the help of Rayleigh's method, directly you will get how to calculate the natural frequency. Equation of motion we are not getting. For vibration analysis of undamped vibration, we are not using this method as per our content is concerned. So we will not see any system or any vibratory body in which Rayleigh's method is employed. So just for your understanding, I will discuss what is Rayleigh's method. Rayleigh's name of scientist. So Rayleigh has stated that to calculate the natural frequency, what he has done, the total, that is maximum total energy, is nothing but the maximum potential energy. Or in other words, I will simplify the statement, that is Rayleigh has equated maximum kinetic energy of a system to maximum potential energy of a system. Ke max is equal to Pe max. So by equating Ke and Pe max, we simplify the equation and he will get the natural frequency. So by using this method, natural frequency you will get. So for example, Ke max, so 1/2 mx this is the Ke max. So student, 1/2 mx dot square. So this maximum kinetic energy when this x dot is maximum. So previously we have calculated x dot. X dot is Wa cos omega t, right student? X dot Wa cos omega t. So this x dot, the velocity will be maximum when cos omega t is maximum. So cos omega t is maximum when omega t, 0. Okay, so x dot will be omega a. Okay, from this relation, so maximum value of cos omega t 1. So x dot will be, that is maximum x dot will be the omega a. So I will write down 1/2 m x dot will be the omega a whole square. So understand the student. So to get maximum kinetic energy, velocity should be maximum. So velocity for simple harmonic motion x dot wa cos omega t. So when velocity will be maximum, then k will be maximum. So for maximum velocity, wa cos omega t should be maximum. So omega and a will not be altered. So cos omega t must be maximum. So cos omega t maximum value 1, that is when omega t 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1. So x dot is equal to, that is maximum x dot will be omega a. So 1/2 m omega a. So I have replaced x dot by omega a. So student, now we will calculate the maximum potential energy. So P max one half kx square max. So student, when P potential energy will be maximum, when this x displacement will be maximum. So displacement x a sin omega t, right? So x will be maximum when this sin omega t term when becomes maximum. So sin omega t, maximum value of sin omega t will be 1. So this sin term will be maximum when this omega t 90 degree. So sin omega t 1. So x max a, write it student. So substitute the value of x will be replaced by a in P max equation. So I will get 1/2 k a square, right student? So equate maximum k and maximum p, same relation you will get, that is by equating maximum k, maximum p, k student, this is wa, right? It is, so maximum p 1/2 m a square. So 1/2 m will get cancelled. So omega a square is equal to a square. So by simplifying this relation, we will get omega is equal to k by m student. That is omega square a square so just cross check the student. See student, 1/2, that is P max 1/2 Ka square. Okay, so we will get this relation, W is equal to square root of K by M. So there is a mistake, not M, here is K. Okay, so simplify, we will get W or Wn is equal to square root of K by M. Now student, next method, that is Newton method or equilibrium method, we will discuss. That will be the third method. So student, Newton method, also called as equilibrium method, or also called as D'Alembert's method. So student, various equilibrium conditions you already studied in mechanics, that is sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0, moment at point is equal to 0. Okay, if these three conditions are satisfied, then you can say that system will be in a equilibrium condition, or in other words, system will be in a stable condition, or system has a greater stability. So D'Alembert's principle, also D'Alembert's principle you already studied, that is D'Alembert's principle says that inertia force is equal to restoring force, or inertia torque is equal to restoring torque. In terms of force or torque, you can say that is inertia force is equal to restoring force. Then system will be in a equilibrium condition or is in a stable condition. So we will apply the equilibrium method to calculate the equation of motion. Then from equation of motion we can easily note down the natural frequency. Same system I will consider, student. Spring and mass. M is the mass, x is the displacement, k is the stiffness of spring. So student, apply the simple meanwhile I will cross check the various problems. Okay, so several problems I will mention, that is standard problems. Then you can refer that standard problems and you can solve it independently if you know these three methods. Okay, or if you understand these three methods in a better way. So equilibrium method, student. So I will draw the FBD, free body diagram, as per equilibrium method. Mass, student. So mass. So this is, so when mass is not moving, that is first condition. When mass is not displaced, then forces acting on this vibrating body. So first, for weight, that is always acts in downward direction, mg. So mg in downward direction. So upward force will be the spring force, right? It is. So spring force will be in upward direction and downward direction. Weight of mass, or simple, every component has its self weight, okay? So that self weight will exert some force, okay, on system. So spring force will act in a upward direction, weight will act in a downward direction. So by applying sigma Fy, that is, you can say that mg is equal to k delta, or mg minus k delta is equal to 0. That is, mg is equal to k delta. That is, let w is the mass, then I will say that mg is equal to k delta. Mg is equal to k delta. So this is the first condition, or first I have drawn the FBD when mass is not moving. Now second, when mass is moving. So FBD, same downward force will be mg, upward force spring force. Now mass is moving, so if mass is moving, spring will resist the motion of mass, okay? So spring force in upward direction. So when mass is moving, the driving force or inertia force in downward direction, student, will be mx double dot. That is the driving force or inertia force will be mx double dot, will be in a downward direction. Now spring force in upward direction will be, student, k into, so delta is the static deflection, okay? So now system or mass is moving, so along with static deflection there will be a certain deflection of a body, that is x. So k into delta plus x will be the total force, that is total deflection delta plus x, student, okay? So as per D'Alembert's principle, I will say restoring force so restoring force is nothing but the inertia force, that is, will be the mx double dot, will be the external force or applied force or external force. Spring force will be the applied force or external force, you can say that. So student, restoring force mx double dot is equal to external force will be mg minus k mg into minus k delta plus x. Student, mx double dot is equal to mg minus k into delta plus x. Simplify this equation, student. Do the simplification. So mg minus k delta minus kx, student, okay? So mg is equal to k delta. Okay, this is mg is equal to k delta. So final expression same you will get, that is mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. So mg is equal to k delta. This term will get cancelled. So final expression same you will get. So again, student, you can calculate the natural frequency, okay, by using the same approach that we have used in a energy method. So here directly I will note down Wn is equal to square root of k by m. This will be the natural frequency. Now student, so different parameters, okay, in longitudinal vibration and transverse vibration, that is simple differentiation between longitudinal vibration and transverse vibration will do, student. Let longitudinal vibration, transverse vibration, or first we will do the variation between torsional vibration, angular vibration, number of problems on torsional vibration or angular vibration, student. So differentiation we will do. So first point, that is mathematical model. So mathematical model, that is simple spring and mass system, okay, k m, mass has a certain displacement. This will be mathematical model. So second mathematical model for torsional vibration. So let simple rotor I have considered. So rotor have, so I will be replaced by m and k will be replaced by kt. So student, I think you are familiar about the theory of bending and torsion. So in a bending, so what is the flexural relation or bending formula, student? E by R. So formula I am writing down. E by R, m by I, sigma by y. Bending formula. Torsion formula, student, E will be replaced by G. So torsion formula, T by J is equal to tau by R, right, student? Tau by R. E will be replaced by G, so Gj by L. Student, see the analogy. E will be replaced by J, modulus of elasticity, modulus of rigidity. M will be replaced, that mass moment of inertia is replaced by E will be replaced by G, mass moment of inertia. M is the moment of inertia, sorry, M is the bending moment. So bending moment is replaced by torsional moment or torque. I, moment of inertia, will be replaced by J, sigma by tau. So Y, that is radial distance, by R. Student, same, we'll do the analogy of longitudinal vibration and torsional vibration. That is, from longitudinal vibration, the other relevant or equivalence terms we will note down as that of the bending and torsion. Now student, K is replaced by I, that is moment of inertia. Student, longitudinal vibration, torsional vibration. So differential equation. So same for longitudinal vibration, student, mx double dot kx is equal to 0. So differential equation or system equation, mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. We already discussed. So for torsional vibration, so this m will be replaced by student I, x double dot. So linear displacement by angular displacement. Theta double dot is the angular acceleration, student. Okay, so theta angular displacement, theta dot angular velocity, theta double dot angular acceleration, student. So m replaced by I, x double dot replaced by theta double dot, as motion is a angular motion or rotary motion. So in longitudinal vibration, motion will be the linear motion, that is motion of vibrating body will be the linear motion. Here that is linear or reciprocating motion, you can say that. But in a torsional vibration, a vibrating body has a rotary motion or angular motion, you can say that. So K will be replaced by KT, student. KT is the torsional stiffness and X will be replaced by theta, student. So KT theta is equal to 0. After doing this differentiation, then only we will proceed with different category problem. So during discussion of problem, you will not be confused. Okay, so instead of x double dot, why I am considering theta double dot, instead of x dot, why I am considering theta dot. Okay, so analogous term in angular vibration we must have to take, student. So kinetic energy, this is the equation of motion, student. Now Ke and Pe, how to calculate Ke? So Ke in longitudinal vibration we already discussed 1/2 mx dot square. Okay, so here mass will be replaced by moment of inertia and x dot will be replaced by theta dot. So Ke 1/2 I theta dot square. So kinetic energy of a rotational body, okay, simple physics, 1/2 I theta dot square, you already studied. That is 1/2 I omega square, instead of theta dot square, omega square. Theta dot square is nothing but the omega square. Okay, theta dot is nothing but the omega, student. So P 1/2 kx square. Okay, as per longitudinal vibration is concerned. So same 1/2 K will be replaced by KT, student. X is replaced by theta. So 1/2 KT theta square, student. Understand? So in longitudinal vibration, simple spring mass system, you have considered in torsional vibration, you have considered a single rotor. Okay, so student, now omega n, natural frequency K by m. Okay, as per longitudinal vibration is concerned. So what will be the natural frequency in torsional vibration? Just do the analogy, student. Few seconds I will give to you. What will be the omega n? right student? So omega n will be, so k I will replace by student kt, okay, and m I will replace by student I, so kt by I, right student? So this is the differentiation between longitudinal vibration and torsional vibration. Understand student? So see, to understand this subject, that is to understand mechanical vibration, knowledge of mechanics, knowledge of mathematics, knowledge of strength of material is required. So engineering mechanics, mathematics along with strength of material. Okay student, some knowledge of COM, that is kinematics of machinery. Okay, so prerequisite for to understand mechanical vibration. Okay, so as per exam point of view, no issue. So straightforward problems. Okay, you will score this subject without studying, okay, too much. Okay, that is my point of view. So problems, simple straightforward problems, so case studies will not be asked. So as per exam point of view, so same set of question paper, okay, as per final exam is concerned. So scoring this subject, not a big task. Understanding this subject, especially understanding mechanical vibration, so some study is required, some conceptual study is required. Don't refer the local author books to understand the content of mechanical vibration. Use the Mechanical Vibration by G.K. Groover, good book, good theoretical approach. Then Mechanical Vibration by Graham Kelly, again good book, that is name of publisher McGraw-Hill. For advanced learner, you can use Mechanical Vibration by S.S. Rao. So to solve problem as per exam point of view, Mechanical Vibration by V.P. Singh. So student, so do the conceptual study as per mechanical vibration is concerned. So why I am saying the knowledge of mechanics is required. So student, moment of inertia calculation of some standard component you must have to know. So this is the cylindrical disc, okay. Let reference axis is the centroidal axis. So cylindrical disc I have considered student, okay. So moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. Let r is the radius, okay, radius of this cylinder, so mr square by 2, okay. So moment of inertia about centroidal axis, okay, mr square by 2. Moment of inertia about the perpendicular axis to GG, okay, just find out student, okay. Now this is cylinder. Now for sphere, so for sphere, so moment of inertia student about the IgG will be simple 2 by 5 mr square. So student, m is the mass of cylinder or mass of sphere, r is the radial distance or radius of cylinder or sphere, so 2 by 5 mr square. In cylindrical rod student, cylindrical rod, okay, cylindrical rod, simple rod I will draw. Think about it, it has a length L, let centroidal axis passing through the midpoint of this rod, okay. Here is the length of this rod, student? So student, IgG will be ml square by 2. Just cross check it. Why ml square by 2? Just investigate it, okay? Suppose student, I want to calculate the moment of inertia about the point of suspension. That is, let O is the point of suspension. What will be the IO? Just cross check the student by using parallel axis theorem. IO will be Ig plus this distance is required, student. So this distance, let L by 2, okay? So IgG plus MH, H is L by 2. So just cross check, IO will be ml square by 3. Just I am explaining, okay? So I will not discuss in detail, okay? In mechanics, that is location of centroid, calculation of moment of inertia, or some standard component, you already studied. Just I am revising the content. So student, suppose in a system more than 2 springs are used or more than 1 spring are used. So this is spring are in series, student, series combination. What will be the so calculation of equivalent spring stiffness, okay? We will not do the analysis for each individual spring, okay? Individual spring force we will not calculate. So if you calculate the equivalent stiffness, so let spring number 1 as a stiffness K1, spring number 2 as a stiffness K2. So 2 spring in a series. So equivalent stiffness so in strength of material you have done the equivalent calculation in theory of torsion, okay? That is shaft in series, shaft in parallel, okay? The same analogy. See, either deflection, student, either displacement will be the same or displacement is the different, okay? That you must have to find out. So directly 1 by K equivalent will be 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2. That is, student, K equivalent will be K1 K2 by K1 plus K2, okay? Find out, just go through it. So for this 1 by K equivalent, let K1 K2 3 spring in a series. So series combination first we are discussing. 1 by K equivalent is equal to 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2 plus 1 by K3 and so on, okay? So how to calculate the equivalent stiffness of spring for parallel combination we will discuss, student. So let parallel combination. So simple 2 spring I will consider. Spring number 1, spring number 2. Mass. Spring number 1 having stiffness K1. Spring number 2 having stiffness K2. Deflection X. So same displacement, okay, for spring number 1 and spring number 2, student, okay? That is total deflection of mass X is equal to X1 is equal to X2. in series combination x is equal to x1 plus x2. Okay, from this equation you have calculated the stiffnesses. Okay, stiffness, force per unit deflection. So force per unit deflection, in this same deflection we are getting, so deflection is constant. So in first case just find out, instead of deflection either force is same or different. So student, K equivalent for parallel combination K1 plus K2, just hint to calculate K equivalent I will give to you. Okay, so deflection formula, K is equal to F by X, student. Okay, force per unit deflection. By investigating F and X you can calculate the K equivalent. Okay student, now simple assignment I will give to you. Okay, let three spring. Okay student, these three spring are in a parallel combination. So let again two spring in a series, two spring in a series, all spring having stiffness K. Calculate K equivalent. All spring have same stiffness. Okay, this 5 spring has same stiffness, so we will get K equivalent in terms of K. So that is assignment for you student. So student, so different types of problem, that is problem on first spring mass system. So mass may be pulley, more than one pulley, so mass and pulley, so spring and mass system. Okay, so second category of problem, a slender rod. Okay, moment of rod, simple problem. Okay, a slender rod, problem on rod. Then similarly problem on pendulum, problem on pendulum. Then student, so mass may be simple mass, okay, or pulley, or maybe cylinder. So motion of cylinder, motion of sphere. So fourth category, fluid problem. Okay, for example YouTube manometer. So what will be the motion of fluid? Okay, that you must have to calculate the natural frequency of fluid. Suppose a simple block having either rectangular block or cylindrical block immersed in a liquid, so it has a motion. Suppose that block has a motion, so calculate natural frequency of that block which is immersed in a fluid. Simple problem. Okay, so problems on fluid. So 4 to 5 categories, or one more category, that is problems on beam. Okay, simply supported beam, cantilever. So generally asked cantilever and simply supported beam. So proper cantilever, continuous beam, beam with internal hinge. Okay. So beyond scope. So simple problems on beam. So deflection you are calculating, student. Okay. Slopes and deflection you already studied in strength of material. Deflection 101% in stresses in beam, in SFD and BMD. You have calculated along with stresses deflection. So that deflection is the important parameter to do the further analysis. Student, so first problem, that is calculate the natural frequency of simple pendulum. So let m is the mass, L is the height. So extreme position, okay, for your understanding, that this is the mean position of pendulum. So extreme position, this one extreme position, another extreme position, student. So it has angular vibration, student. Okay, simple pendulum has a angular vibration. You can calculate the natural frequency of simple pendulum either by using energy method or by using Newton method. So at displacer position you must have to do the force analysis, student. So just FBD, mg is the downward force, student. Right, it is. Now driving force, which is responsible for displacer position of bob. Just find out, student. One force I have noted, that is driving force vertically downwards, that is mg. In physics, I think you have done the FBD of simple pendulum. So which are the forces acting on a bob at displaced position? Then you can use the energy method or Newton method to calculate the natural frequency. So L is the length of pendulum, that is, it is the distance between point of suspension and center of bob. Student, at displacer position, this evaluation of height, so this height is required. To do the further analysis, how to calculate h? Just by using simple trigonometry you can calculate h. So meanwhile, student, just answer I will give to you. Wn, that is final expression, is g by L. G is the acceleration due to gravity, L is the length of pendulum. So natural frequency of simple pendulum independent of mass, or time period of simple pendulum independent of mass. See the expression Wn square root of g by L. So time period 2 pi. Time period will be 2 pi by omega, that is 2 pi by omega n. Again time period independent of mass, student. So similarly you can do the analysis of compound pendulum. So simple pendulum, same analysis you can apply for compound pendulum. Now in a compound pendulum, any rigid body you can analyze any rigid body. Let student point of suspension of this rigid body, point of suspension of this rigid body Yes, student. Oh, this is the point of suspension. What is compound pendulum? Motion of any rigid body. So let this rigid body is deflected from this point of suspension, that is initial excitation is given. Let this m is the mass. So mass is required, student. Moment of inertia. Similarly here angular vibration I is required, student. Okay, let I is the moment of inertia of Bob. So what will be the moment of inertia for Bob? You can substitute to get the final expression. I is equal to ml square. Just cross check it. Similarly, if m is the mass of this rigid body or compound pendulum, what will be the I? So if initial excitation is given, what will be the omega n for compound pendulum? So first experiment on mechanical vibration will be on simple and compound pendulum. You must have to know this relation. In Phison exam, expression may be asked, problem may be asked. So you can derive the natural frequency either by using energy method or Newton method. So energy method, student, somewhat lengthy approach as per simple and compound pendulum is concerned. So immediately you will get the natural frequency by using Newton method. So find out it. So in next lecture, student, we will discuss the several problems. Okay, so just briefly I will discuss the standard problems in undamped vibration, then we will proceed with next module, that is damped vibration. So momentarily, student, just do the basics of undamped vibration, then only different problems you will understand. So one problem in final exam on undamped vibration. Okay, at least one problem on this undamped vibration to understand the various problems. Okay, so just revise the content that I have delivered. Thank you.